It's been a while since the MLB season started, and I thought it would be a good time to revisit MLB 13 The Show Live mode. Sony made several promises on what the mode will include when the actual MLB season went live, including real matchups with up-to-the-minute stats and lineups, and dynamic season presentation based on the date the game was played. In this episode of Sports Gamer Show, I decided to look into all the features promised to see if Sony actually delivered. In its most basic form, the mode works well, but after a few games you'll soon realize the show live isn't as polished as Sony wants you to believe. As you cycle through the schedule, you will find that all the real matchups are included in the show live. However, it's a pain to cycle through each date in the schedule, as you'll experience lag and in some cases a game freeze. Sony should have created a simpler way to cycle through the schedule, as moving from day to day and month to month is a chore. Lineups are accurate to the day each game was played, but you will find some odd lineups here and there, with players on the wrong teams, rookies listed as TBD, and odd substitutions that are made right when the game starts. Outside of that, stats are accurate with the date you are playing the game, as Sony promised. Lineups outside of the glitches follow the game guidelines, and you can play any matchup during the regular season up to the current date. When it comes to dynamic season presentation, the saying overpromise and underdeliver apply here. Sure, the announcers acknowledge actual win and loss streaks and milestone stats, but that's just about it. I was expecting more fresh commentary on a player's recent performance, like hit streaks, slumps, etc., and mentions of big performances that actually happened so far this year, but you get none of that here. Isn't that what dynamic season presentation is supposed to be? Updating the stats are nice, but gamers deserve something more detailed and less generic.
And he will make the catch with ease, and the Yankees have claimed the fourth consecutive victory here as this ball game is over.
Individual and team stats in the show live are date specific, which means every stat will be based on the league stats from the date the game is played. It's a great idea that is executed well, but it would have been perfect if the announcers acknowledged these stats. Unfortunately, you only get generic references as the game goes along. The show live isn't a mind-blowing experience, but it does its job in terms of giving gamers the ability to play through the real-life MLB season. The mode could have been better fleshed out, and having missing players and free agents on the wrong teams is inexcusable. Hopefully next year the show live will be more polished than its predecessor. Well, that's it for this episode of Sports Gamer Show. If you want more content, go to the website www.sportsgamershow.com, like the Sports Gamer Show Facebook page, follow me on Twitter at SportsGamerShow, and make sure to add me on Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network. I'm Rio Pacino, and I'll see you on the next show.